What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. I am your host, Dutch, the Black Non-Democrat. And if you're finding my channel on YouTube for the very first time, please make sure that you smash that like button if you enjoy this content. Now, if you really enjoy the content, please make sure that you subscribe to the channel and make sure that you hit all of those notification bells that YouTube make us fucking just I swear it used to be where you subscribe to somebody and you got all of their information, you got all of their videos, you got everything. Every time someone uploaded, you will get their video. But today the algorithm makes you be like, okay, I want all of this person's video. Look, if I'm subscribed to that person, I want all of their shit. But at the end of the day, I appreciate you guys coming through to the channel today. This is a late night little nightcap of ideas here that we're going to be talking about on today's show. I didn't promote it. I just want to see, can I just go live and people just pick up their phone and be like, oh man, Dutch the Creator is live. Let me go ahead and tap in real quick. But look, man, I talk about a lot of things on this channel, you guys. I mainly talk about the single mother aspect of reality. And if you're coming over here from the Dutch Talk TV channel, that channel is now Dutch the Creator channel. So at the end of the day, we have to understand that platforms like this exist only because of people like you, only because of people that want to see a change in the community. And that's why I created now Dutch the Creator channel and the Black Non-Democrat channel. See, it's a lot of people out here that don't want this message out. There's a lot of people out here that want to deter this message. It's a lot of people out here that think this message is bashing women. It's a lot of people out here that thinks, I'm just talking out my ass and this stuff doesn't exist. Black men need to take care of their families, period. But at the end of the day, it's like, if black men need to take care of their family, and you're saying that black men are incompetent, why are women still procreating with said black man? Why are women still choosing the incompetent men in our community to procreate with? See, it's called social engineering, and the government did this a long time ago, people. I mean, they put little trinkets out, and black women ate it, and they sucked it up and absorbed this independent woman ideology. And now what we have today is proud single mothers in the community that literally glorifies the whole single motherhood aspect of our country. I mean, you have women out here that say, "Oh, I just want a baby. Oh, I just want a baby." But they never say, you never hear them say, "Oh, I just want to get married. Oh, I just want a husband to have a baby with." And that's the issue that we have. Rhonda, submissive wife. I love that. Oh, I love that name. I love that name. I love it. And I don't love it because I'm a misogynist. I love it because I'm sure you understand what submission is, what being a submissive wife is. It's not that this man is lording over you. It's not that this man controls every part of your life. And that's what the government wants us to think, though. That's what the government wants us to think, that it's no, all it is you're agreeing with this man to lead that family. You're just you're cooperating with that man's leadership. The thing is, I'm not a Christian. I have no denomination, but I do understand that Bible. And it is God, Jesus, man, wife, children, man. And that's the natural order of things. And Miss Rada understands that. And yes, thank you. It is an excellent topic. This welfare system has not only destroyed the black family, guess what? It destroyed the white family. It destroyed the Asian family. It destroyed the African family. It destroys any family that lives in this country. Hispanic family. It destroys. You see, that welfare system that we're going to be talking about today is the devil, man. It was made for good purposes. I will say that. It was made with good intentions, but it was temporary. It was a temporary thing, man. But we're going to start off today. I'm going to show you two videos, right? We're going to get into some video action today. Video reaction today. But we're going to start off with the results of what we're talking about. We're going to start today on what we see today, and we're going to work our way back. Let's work our way back. Okay. And when we do this, you're going to see everything that I present first. You're going to see how that came to be. And shout out to Comedy Hype News. We're going to be using their clip today. Hopefully we don't get flagged, and I'm not going to play the whole thing all the way through. So I'm gonna give it commentary so we don't get flagged. But I'm going to use this clip to show you exactly how it started. But on right now, we're going to look at everything that I talk about on this channel, which if you guys are just joining me and you don't know who I am, my name is Dutch the Creator. I am CEO of the Black Non-Democrat YouTube channel and the Dutch the Creator channel as well. The thing is, I am here to, fight for black family, not just black family specifically, but American family, the American nuclear family. I am here for that. I fight against the glorification and pushing of the single motherhood onto our community, the black community, basically, or mainly by the Democratic Party. And that Democratic Party has done a job on the black community since the 1960s. And I fight against that. I'm not against single mothers per se. I don't know you personally, but I am against single motherhood. And I have a motto here. At the end of the day, I don't blame the incompetent person. I blame the person who gave the incompetent person the job. So at the end of the day, you are the gatekeepers of sex, women. You are this. The gatekeeper of sex and the gatekeepers of life, what comes into this world or what don't come into this world. So I hold women at a higher level based on those attributes right there and those characteristics of who you are internally, innately. That's who you are. At the end of the day, that's right there should be held at a higher standard. You pick these men to lay down with. You pick these men to have babies by. Now, is it exceptions to the rule? Yes, it's always exceptions to the rule, people. But at the end of the day, I don't preach exceptions. I preach the rule. And what you guys are about to see is a lady that did this over 15 times, had baby after baby after baby after baby after baby after baby, and she expects the welfare system and the government or someone to help her with her children. At the end of the day, I did a video on this lady long time ago, probably about a couple of months ago, and it garnered a lot of attention. So I want to rehash this situation. It's been a couple of years since this lady been in the news, but the thing about it is the results of what we're talking about. She is the results of what we're talking about. Shout out to Thomas Sowell. Thomas Sowell breaks it down like a motherfucker, where he tells black people that it's not slavery that makes us have this situation that we have today. It's not slavery. It is this welfare system, because at the end of the day, after slavery, black people in their own right was flourishing. You see, we were we all wasn't rich or nothing, but at the end of the day, we were something within ourselves, and then we integrated with the rest of America, and that was our downfall. That was our first sin. That was our initial sin. Our initial sin was integration. And what you guys are about to see is the results of all of that integration, that welfare system, that feminism, that all of this, the independent woman to what we see today, people. So take a look at this lady and her 15, I think she got like 20 kids now. This was like in 2015, 16. But she's asking other people for help with her children that she birthed, that she decided to have over 15 times at the time. Let's go.
Of what they say is a broken welfare system here in America. And now Angel is facing eviction, and once again, she is demanding someone else pay. News Channel 8's Jeff Patterson joining us now live from the Hillsborough County Courthouse, where Adams was in front of a judge again today. Jeff?
Yeah, good evening, Rod. Angel was back in court today. Angel Adams, now Angel Brown, became very famous. And actually, out of all of the stories I've ever done at News Channel 8, she's the one most people talk about. She's the one most people remember, all because of one phrase she uttered when I first met her.
Somebody needs to be held accountable, and they need to pay.
Oh, my God. Wow. Let's just jump in here real quick. Let's get this right, you guys. Look at all them goddamn kids. First of all, look at all them goddamn kids. Like, God damn. Like, how could a human body even produce that many? God damn, it's like first of all, you have 17 kids, and you just said somebody needs to be held accountable. See, that mindset to even utter those words, folks, to even utter those words it shows a little comfortability level there. Do you guys agree with that? It's a comfortability level of shamelessness. You see what I'm saying? See, we don't have any shame anymore. It's shameless behavior in the country right now. Do you guys understand that? And when I say shame, okay, if I had we had this guy that I did a story on. He had 30 kids by, I think, 9 women, right? They all called him a piece of shit. They all called him a deadbeat dad. They all called him crazy and all of this, right? Just for even doing it. But that one guy got 9 women pregnant and 30 kids produced out of that. You see what I'm saying? 30 kids. Rod said 17 is crazy. 17 is insane without no husband. Now, if she had a husband and they thriving, all power to you. See, it's not the amount of the kids. It's that you are a single mother with these amount of kids. But that guy got shitted on for having 30 kids with 9 women. But you got to understand, 9 women had his kid. 9 women had multiple kids by this one man. But this woman has, now, at the end of the day, he can't go and ask anybody for child support. He can't do it. He cannot do this, right? He will be looked at as, oh, that's shameful, because it's not accepted in America for a man to ask for help based on the decisions that he made. You feel me? But she gets to get up here and say somebody needs to be held accountable. Bitch, you are held accountable for those kids. You need to be held accountable for those kids. And look, I don't call women bitches, but this woman is a bitch for saying that shit. Oh my goodness. Kevin C says integration was not the issue. Blacks and whites were already integrated in work and other areas of life. Now let's see what you guys say. Listen, it was forced desegregation that was the issue. You cannot unnaturally force groups together. I agree with that. I agree with that. I do agree with that. The thing is with that though, I'm trying to get that. Let me see. Now, the thing is with that, sir. Now, I do agree with you. I do agree with you. But the thing is when we worked together, it was just work. But we had our own hospitals. We had our own banks. We had our own sports teams. And when Jackie Robinson went and played for the white team, it was just, oh my God, he's making history. The thing is, on a living together basis, we were separated. When that got interrupted and we started to integrate with white America on a daily basis and integrate with no power. We integrated with no power at all. See, in my eyes, I think around now, 2023, we would have probably established enough wealth or enough wherewithal to understand that, okay, if we integrate with the rest of America, if they fuck us over, we should be able to fall back on something. We had nothing to fall back on. We had nothing to fall back on, not a single dime. We gave up everything that we had, and we said we wanted the same thing as white people. See, the thing is, we should have been asking for equality, not integration. Equality would have gave us a better quality of life. Equality would have gave us a better understanding of how to develop on our own. You see, we asked for equality, but we wanted equal to what the white people were doing at the time. Martin Luther King wanted equal to, we want to be in the same room. We want to be in the same equal room as this man. We want to drink from the same equal fountain as this white man. We want to sit in front of the lunch counter with this man equally. At the end of the day, we didn't have it though. We didn't have our background good. We didn't have a solid foundation to even do that yet. What's the haps? I heard that term before. Where did I heard that? Where did I hear that? I think Sam Roberts. I think. What's the haps? The haps are we talking about the welfare system and the black community and how it basically created single mothers and destroyed the black family. And we was looking at this lady, and thanks for the comment, Kevin C. We was looking at this lady of mother of 7. She don't want help. She demand help. Listen to what she said.
Because of one phrase she uttered when I first met her.
Somebody needs to be held accountable, and they need to pay.
When I first met Angel, she was living in a 1-bedroom motel. 12 of her children were sharing just 2 beds. And Angel demanded that someone pay for her to move into a new house. With the help of the Department of Children and Families, Angel moved into a new home. But when someone posted stories about her on YouTube, she became internationally famous as an example of what is wrong with the welfare system in America. Angel doesn't care that people across the country hate her.
That's okay because they don't know me.
Now Angel and her husband.
Nah, we pretty much know you. We know you got 17 kids. And that guy sitting at that damn table right there is not her baby daddy. Or he probably a baby daddy of a couple of them kids, but he's not baby daddy of all them kids. And she needs to do something with them edges too. That should look horrible. It looks horrible. Yes, it do. Them joints look dry as shit. Yes.
Are back
If y'all in here, please hit that like button, baby.
in trouble and back in court.
Our lights go on, they go off. They go on.
And this Pookie or AKA Ray Ray right here, I will never, ever in my life be caught dead with a woman with over 10 children like that, man. What the hell? What the hell, bro? Like, bro. Like really, bro? What?
They go off.
Angel is facing eviction from her home, and her power has been turned off because they owe nearly $600 in back payments. Angel told the judge she...
Look at the judge's face. I heard you, but you got 17 kids. Hey. Hey, the judge's face like, what fuck you mean you got 17 kids? You can't pay your... I'm done.
used a check from the Tampa Housing Authority that was to pay for the power bill to pay instead to evacuate her children during Hurricane Irma.
And I used it for my children to evacuate for the Irma hurricane. When they told us to get out, I used that money to evacuate and get my children where they needed to be.
The judge told Angel and
Misanthropic. I did it. I did. Misanthropic. I'm sorry, bro. But you said there is no depth a simp won't go. Woo! To get some pussy like that, man. Good mugger. Yeah, simps, man. Simpletons, as I call them. They I don't get them. I never got the simp. Like, I was never a simp. Now, I used to be a pro-black, these queens, love these queens and all of that. I am not that anymore. I am a straight-up social conservative black man right now. I hate the damn Democratic Party. Oh, my goodness gracious. But the thing is with the simp, I never was a simp, though. You see, like, I never could... Like I never paid for any women to do anything. Like I did buy a chick some a steak and cheese one time. I'm married now and I do give my wife everything. But at the end of the day, it's like I could never be a simp for women though. Like I never understood that. Now a lot of women was a simp for me though back in the day.
her husband. The bill is theirs to pay.
You're asking me to make an agency pay money above and beyond what they committed to pay, and I don't have that authority.
And so Angel is facing eviction once again from this home. The landlord has not been paid rent in 3 months, and Angel is wondering where now.
They always got that God. These black women always got that God on their side, though. Jesus got me. As long as I got these 17 kids, he gonna understand it. He ain't gonna judge me. Yes, he do judge you. And they said in the Bible, I told you guys, I'm not a Christian, but I know my Bible. I know the Bible back and front, and I can debate this with you all day. At the end of the day, Jesus and God did say you can judge, but don't judge on a rumor mill basis. When you're judging somebody and you're going out and you're talking shit about them based upon what you see, you can judge someone to be cautious of that person. You can judge someone to let them know what they're doing in life ain't good. You see what I mean? Tupac done fucked that shit up. He done told every black woman, only God could judge me now. No, only God can judge you in that moment of judgment, but you can judge people. At the end of the day, it can happen. You can judge someone, but they always tell you you can't judge me. I had this video of this lady putting out her 16-year-olds, which that is always seeming to be the case in the black community. The little girl gets put out at 16. It's like a rite of passage. But she was telling the little girl, get out. And then the officers came, and the officers was trying to just figure out what was going on. And the whole time, the woman, you're judging me. You can't judge him. Can't judge me. Officer, like, girl, I ain't judging you. I'm just trying to make sure you don't hit your 16-year-old and she get out the house. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not judging you. That's the first thing that come to my mind. You're judging me. I'm not judging you. I'm just letting you know that you can't, just put your 16-year-old out like that. Marlo Stewart in the building. What's up with your player? That's my man right there. He's off tonight too. I think we both off tonight. But at the end of the day, people, we have to understand that these women, and not all, of course, but like I said, I don't argue the outlier. I don't argue the exception. We can talk about the exception all day, but the rule is where I'm drawing this line at. This is the rules channels, baby. That's what this is. But let's go ahead and finish this out. This lady with 17 kids and I just want to go back to this one thing where she said this, man. And this is the epitome of my channel and why I do what I do, because of this statement that she just made.
When I first met her,
Somebody needs to be held accountable, and they need to pay.
Somebody needs to be held accountable, and they needs to pay. Somebody needs to be held accountable, and they needs to pay. Who should be held accountable for your decision to make 1, 2, God damn, 17 kids? Come on, man. Like it gotta, and women will defend her. Y'all know it's women out here that will defend. You don't know her story. You don't know what she been through. No, I know what been through her though. Yeah, I don't know what she been through, but I know what been through her. Those dicks, man. I'm sorry. I mean, that's what. Woo. All right, let's get to this next. Now, this next video is going to show you guys how this woman and women like her became her and women like her. Okay. Shout out to Comedy Hype News on this. I'm not going to play it live. I'm going to keep jumping in because I don't want to get flagged here. But that was a good one, though. I don't know what she's been through, but I know what's been through her. All right, let's go.
Woods. Black people in America have long worked to lessen the gap between whites when it comes to building wealth. Slavery, redlining, and even the family dynamic within the home have all played a role in making the task more difficult to complete. Government assistance was created in the 1930s to solve a temporary issue. However, society showed that these benefits could be necessary long-term. As time has gone on, government assistance became a mainstay in many Black households to help make ends meet.
How many of you guys know someone or know a woman or know women who used the government as a lifestyle? Use the government as a lifestyle. And I'm going to go ahead and drop this link in here just in case someone wants to come up and say their piece on the subject. A lot of people like to, and before you come up here, please make sure that you're saying something and not just trying to make a moment on YouTube, please, because I don't have time for that tonight. Please. Serious inquiries only. But there's the link right there. for you if you want to come up here. And but the question is, um, how many of you guys know that woman who just been on the system for fucking years? You know what I mean? And then she have a child and she tells like what you see right there. That little girl is going to, get pregnant at 13, 14, 15, 16 years old. And that woman is going to tell her, go down and get your WIC, go down and get your food stamps and all of this. You see, my aunt, rest in peace, my aunt Linda, she was a Section 8 woman. Like, she got so many houses and she had like 4 kids. She had 4 boys. And shout out to my cousins, they out there in DC doing the damn thing. But I remember going over her house a lot of times, and every 2 years she had a new house. The state or DC will give her a new house, and like they will be brand fucking spanking new, and I think she's paying like $9-10 a month for rent, and that's what we got. That's what we seen. I seen that. You see my mother, rest in peace too as well. My mother passed away in 2017, right? And throughout her life, she got on welfare in the 90s. We did get on welfare, but my mother used that for what it was supposed to be used for. That a lot of these black women, just didn't. It was a little bit of women doing the damn thing and making it a stepstone to get to something bigger. My mother got on welfare in 1994. I remember this vividly. She just lost her job at Children's Hospital. She was a single mother, and she had to get on the system. And I remember the paper food stamps. I can even give the $20 was brown, the $10 was purple, the $5 was blue, and the $1 I think was green. No, the $1 was brown. The $20 was it doesn't fucking matter. But at the end of the day, I remember taking these stamps, going to the store, and in DC we called them bussing stamps, where we would go. My mother, she wanted beer and cigarettes, so she'll tell us to go down to the store, bust these stamps, and busting the stamps was buying some candy or some chips, and you're getting change back. They give you real money back, though. You see what I'm saying? So we running back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth to the store. Here you go. And all we caring about is this all this candy and chips and soda that we getting and shit. But once my mother get enough for some cigarettes and some beer, she'd take her ass right down to the store and buy it with that. So they're just getting their money back. At the end of the day, that's how it was. Today, you have the independent card, which that's the most egregious and disingenuous fucking thing to put on a card that is made for a woman that need complete 100% help. And you not independent. Like, why would you put independent on that card? See, that's the placating of the woman. You know what I mean? Oh, you are great. You're great. You're independent. You don't need anything but us. But forget us. You're out there doing it on your own. You see what I'm saying? Oh my God, man. Let's see. I can't see it right there. Kevin Smith say, what's your response to people and black women who say that black men abandoned their family and black women had to choose welfare? That gets tossed around a lot. Oh my God, brother. I get that all day on my channel. Like, I had to make a video where I said, look, I am trying to debate these women now because I be in my comment section just, I'm tired. These are tired, man. So I told these women, look, at the end of the day, I'm not going to keep on debating you in the comment section. You come on the show and I can debate you live. Now, what I say to that, black men don't abandon their children in general. You see what I mean? we have something that I call Pookie and Ray Ray. A lot of people call them Pookie and Ray Ray, but Pookie and Ray Ray is probably about 10 to 15% of our black men, being that 51% of black men don't father children, you see? So that can't even be the actual truth, because majority of black men don't father children. I met at least 5 young dudes in the last month that don't have no children. I was just on an interview. I got interviewed by my man, I forgot his name. What's his name? Kenny D from the Pimp Game podcast. Hopefully that interview will be out soon. But he has no children. I think he's 27. This is a good dude at work. 27, have no children. See, black men aren't leaving their families. What's happening is these women are procreating and having sex with these bum ass dudes. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of these bum ass dudes have multiple children with these women. See, it's like 60% of our women having sex with like 10 to 15% of our men, our bum ass men. And when you say they abandoned, no, they y'all were never a family. You met that dude at the club, y'all was fucking, and you got pregnant. You don't know his name, he barely know your name. And then 3 weeks later, you calling him saying, I'm pregnant. And he said, I don't want that kid. And she's still choosing to have that kid. But I put a poll out probably a month ago and said, what if the government pulled back welfare? Just said, we ain't doing it. We ain't sink or swim out this motherfucker. And child support. We ain't doing it no more. Do you think the single mother rate will go up or down? I guarantee that motherfucker will drastically drop. And if it don't, we're going to have a bunch of abortions out there. The abortions going to go up sky fucking high. At the end of the day, it ain't about what men are doing to the women. It's the decision making of the women. And I'm not trying to be harsh, or I'm not trying to bash. At the end of the day, you got to understand, you are the gatekeepers of life and sex. Everything comes through you. So at the end of the day, you are held to a higher standard and accountability level as the bum dudes that you procreate with. Now and again, it's exceptions to every rule, but y'all should know right now what I'm about to say. I don't argue the exceptions. I argue the motherfucking rule. I hope that answered your question, Mr. Kevin C. I gotta be entertaining with it, have some passion on that thing. But in the most part, black men don't abandon their families, because these dudes they're not family. Like I said, in the title, the welfare created single mothers and ruined the black family through social engineering. We don't have the black family does not exist anymore. It's just people fucking and women having babies. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. 86% of babies in the country, when it comes to in the black community, are born to fatherless households.
With many of the black homes receiving government assistance being headed by single black women, questions come into play about just how beneficial this would be for black people. There's no denying that black people live in poverty at higher rates than whites, and that government assistance does help with food, rent, and other necessities each month. On the other side of the spectrum lies the issue of broken homes and the poverty that comes from receiving government assistance, ironically enough. Considering both sides,
That's why I'm against the Democratic Party's push of single motherhood. See, they want that poverty level to stay a certain way, so you can keep voting for these motherfuckers. You see, we got an old ass man in office right now. This man is petrified. This man is just falling apart, and he's our president. And what he told black people before he became president, he said, vote for Trump, you ain't black. Now you telling me how black I am. You see? They don't care for you. This is the same guy that on the Senate floor in 1993 at the time, because the bill passed in 94. This man said all black men are super predators, and we don't care. He said, I don't care how they got there. I don't care that we even, created the atmosphere for these people to do these crimes and smoke this crack. I don't care, but we got to get them off the street because they're going to kill your mama. They're going to kill my mama. They're going to kill all of the mamas. And that's what he said on the Senate floor. And he sent a lot of black men to prison, him along with Bill Clinton. But at least Bill Clinton came out in 2005, said that was the worst decision I ever fucking made by signing that bill into play. Y'all just seen Snowfall. Shout out to Snowfall people, baby. I love that ending. I love that ending on Snowfall, and I love that that Boys in the Hood reference. Ooh, I love how they snuck that in. Man, shout out to John Singleton, and they said for John. But that whole show shows you what they did to the black community as far as these drugs and crack and manipulation of our women and our men. You see, where these men and women were not just in poverty, these motherfuckers was in destitute. Dilapidation at its best or at its worst. The thing is, people, they put that shit on us and we still voting for them. Lyndon Baines Johnson said it in 1960s. He said, when I sign this civil rights bill that will integrate all of us, like me and Kevin C was just talking about, that will integrate all of us, what did he say? These niggas are going to be voting Democrat for the next 200 years. We got about 60 more years, and then it's gonna they're just gonna renew it. You see, my man Revelator, he comes up here and talk about it all the time. Shout out to Red Pill Revelator. But that's what I'm saying, man. It gets deep on this channel, baby. I don't just sit up here and talk out my ass and go on women and bash women. No, this stuff is deep. And it goes back generations by generations by generations by generations by generations. And they want us ignorant. They want us to not know the history of this shit so we can just keep it going. You see?
The million-dollar question becomes, did government assistance ruin the black family? Like many things,
yes, the fuck it did.
Government assistance was given sparingly, if at all, to black families in the early 1900s. In 1935, following the Great Depression, President Franklin D. Roosevelt established the Social Security Act of 1935 with intentions of assisting the elderly, dependent children, and those who had lost their jobs as a result of the Depression. Despite the fact that black families were clearly more impoverished overall, the assistance given out overwhelmingly went to white families. Information taken from the Child Support Hustle.
Now y'all hear what she said. Now this is why I say this was a meticulous plan, a well thought out plan to destroy the black family. I did a video a couple of months ago where I was talking about how I think they were actually in a room. I think they were actually in a room, and they said, "Damn, we got to their little boys with the Emmett Till. They still together. We got to their men." We hang them every damn day. They still together. Why is these black people still together? Let's get to their goddamn women. If we get to the heart and soul of their community that keeps it together, y'all know Big Mama. Y'all know Big Mama, baby. If we get to Big Mama, all we got to do is get to that first one. And just like a horse, horses, you don't have to train the little baby horse. The older horse, the mama horse, trains the baby horse, you guys. It's called breaking a slave. This is like breaking slaves. You see, the thing is, you just got to teach one generation. You just got to break one generation. And once you break that one generation, the rest is just going to be by default. You see? So at the end of the day, it was engineered to be like this. It was engineered to be like this, because what she's about to say next, the white families got the welfare intact. They help the husband and the wife. Oh, y'all need some help. But when it came to black people, y'all about to hear what she about to say.
Revealed that with the New Deal, state legislators began to pass bills that supported single mothers called Mother's Pension. Since the states operated these programs, administrators were not regulated by federal government. The lack of governing of the Mother's Pension program meant that states could deny services and money to qualifying black mothers. This aspect of the law caused great issues, as it would set the precedent for caseworkers in states to set forth even more provisions in order to keep black families from receiving government assistance or giving up something of equal value in order to receive such help. While the practice was illegal with no penalty for continuing it, the tactic became more common, allowing caseworkers to essentially control people's lives. Rules regarding a suitable home were enacted without giving black people a clear idea of what that would entail. In the South specifically, blacks saw great pushback when it came to receiving government assistance, with states posing stipulations that discouraged a complete black family. Alabama is one state that stands out, as the state independently submitted a plan in 1964 about a substitute parent rule that would effectively harm black families.
Listen, you guys. Listen to what she is about to say. It's all about removing that man from the household.
Specifically, aspects of the proposal stated that a child would have a substitute father, hereby disqualifying their home from receiving government assistance if a substitute father lives in the home with the child's mother for the purpose of cohabitation, if he frequently visits to cohabitate with the mother, or if he does not frequent the home but cohabitates with the child's natural or adoptive mother elsewhere.
Y'all, man, let's get back to that. A substitute father lives in the home with the child's mother for the purpose of cohabitation if he frequently visits to cohabit with the mother, or if he does not frequent the home but cohabits with the child's natural or adoptive mothers elsewhere. The thing is, that's telling you that if any of this is happening, you can't get nothing. You cannot get any assistance. My mother told me about this a long time ago. I asked her, was this true? And she said, yes, it was true. But in the beginning, the very beginning, right? The women and the men were working the system together. You see, they were working the system together. The man to be there, but he roll out during the daytime when the social workers come. Have you guys ever seen that movie Claudine, how James Earl Jones had to jump in the motherfucking closet, hide all of his appliances that he's buying her, because if the social worker found that, she will get cut off. They will cut off her public assistance. So that morphed into women understand, look, I don't need this dude here. I don't need this guy here. The fuck? I can do this by myself. And that's what happened. Now the man is out on the street smoking crack. The man is out on the street drinking liquor. The man is out on the street losing his motherfucking mind, and he done lost power because the Democratic Party done set that man up to even go to jail, be a crackhead, or be a drunk. Simple as that. I've been preaching this shit for years, baby. Good Lord.
Cohabitation, if he frequently visits to cohabitate with the mother, or if he does not frequent the home but cohabitates with the child's natural or adoptive mother elsewhere. These facts are telling, as they show a direct attack on the black man by giving an ultimatum of them being in the home, even for a short period of time versus receiving help. With the black marriage rate lowering from the 1960s on, cohabitating was common throughout the country. While again, there could seem to be benefits in this way, statistics have proven that the creation of these single-parent homes through the type of legislation has a lasting impact. These new laws, beginning in 1964 from Alabama and other states, paralleled the passing of the Great Society laws passed in the same year that saw government.
I went to Job Corp. I went to Keystone. Y'all see how that shit touched me? I went to Keystone Job Corps Center in 2002, baby. Shout out to everybody who went to Job Corps. But at the end of the day, my single mother told me I can just roll out the school. Like if I had a father, my father would have said, no, you're not about to go to no Job Corps. But I didn't have a father. You see, I had a father, but he wasn't here. Man.
Assistance change, possibly for the worse. The Institute of Family Studies sheds light on this fact, stating it was estimated that in 1975, a household head would have to earn $20,000 a year to have more resources than what could be obtained from Great Society programs. In today's dollars, that's over $90,000 per year in earnings. Ooh. That may be a reason why, in 1964, only 7% of American children were born out of wedlock, compared to 40% today. One can see through this tactic that the government
now she said 70%, 7% nationwide, 40% nationwide today. But in the Black community, it is 86% or 84%, 84% babies born out of wedlock today.
Purposefully incentivize these women to have more children out of wedlock, as the type of money being offered, even in more modern times, is hard to come by as a salary for anyone, much less a Black man or a woman. In the early to mid-1990s, Black households saw a peak when it came to fatherless homes, as nearly 70% of Black families saw this as their reality.
Again, what did I see? She's just saying things. I haven't seen this whole thing. She's saying things that I literally just said about the Biden administration or the Biden crime bill. You see, in the 1990s.
This number had remained relatively unmoved for decades before dropping back down, and there are still government programs and benefits that people know they could be in danger of losing due to other people. There have even been several Black women refusing to get married in fear of losing their benefits, as they
It's comedy hype news bashing Black women. Y'all know this to be true. They are willing to not get jobs, not get married, to get crumbs. The government ain't paying these people like thousands and thousands of dollars, you guys. You guys understand that, right? You do realize that they only get a couple of $100 here and there to keep them afloat. And then they, like my aunt, they give you a house, but they regulate your life. They will rather have the government regulate 98% of their life on what they can do than have a man to cooperate with him to allow him to lead her. They will rather have the government. That's why they say the government is your daddy. The government is your daddy. The government is that kid's daddy, because you're allowing the government to be in your whole essence of who you are and your living situation over marriage. Let that sink in, you guys.
They will receive more money personally from the government than they could from a job by not having the man present. On the other side of the spectrum, however, statistically, these homes still end up with children living in poverty, as marriage, according to the IFS studies over time, will position these families to have more money and be able to survive long-term, as the two incomes, even with the women's lowering, over time would position these families to maintain.
I keep telling people, marriage is the way to go. Two income, me and my wife, we are from poverty, right? We met. We were still living in poverty. Me and my wife had a credit score like 5 something when we met in 2007. Okay. We had nothing. We had no investments. We didn't even know how to invest. We didn't even understand the stock market until about 6 years ago. And that's all growth though. The thing is, I live in a 4,000 square foot house right now. My credit is literally 15 points away from 800. And And this shit been that for like 2 years. Like, won't y'all just go ahead and up the motherfucker? Just give me 800. Can I get 800? Can I get 800? But I'm 15 minutes away. I'm not 15 minutes. Yeah, I'm 15 minutes, hopefully. But 15 points away from 800 credit. Never thought I'd have this shit. But I guaranteed if I was not married, I will still be in squander. Look, before I met my wife, I was living at home with my mama at 22 years old. You see what I'm saying? And I guarantee my mother would have passed away in 2017, and I probably would have been in destitute somewhere. I'm trying to tell you, marriage is the way to go. Roberto's perspective, and this is your perspective, my brother. Let's get that up on the screen real quick. Say men who bust in women and don't want a kid, or the women creates single mother. Oh, I think he's saying that they create the single mothers. No, they don't. No, they don't, bro. No, they don't. What creates the single mother is the woman's decision to allow that man to do that. Like I just said, my brother, women are the gatekeepers of life and procreation and sex and everything. And at the end of the day, if that man is allowed to do whatever he want with that woman, it's her decision to allow that. You're not gonna sit up here. See, men, we don't get that luxury that this dude is trying to say right here. We don't get that. We put something in motion. We held accountable for it. Even if we ain't got nothing to do with the decision after I put something in motion. At the end of the day, the same thing about what you just said, bust in a woman, that man is held accountable even if he didn't bust in a woman. How about that? He got tricked on signing that birth certificate. He got to pay some money every month just because he got lied to. And the courts know that that man ain't the biological father. But he still gets held accountable. Say that he did bust in her. Let's just say he did, was allowed to bust in her. Guess what? He's held accountable. If he signed that birth certificate, or if nothing's signed on that birth certificate and the DNA come back that he the father, he got to pay. He got to pay into a system that is literally against men. He got to pay into a system where he can go to prison if he missed a couple payments. They put a warrant out for this man's arrest because he's held accountable. So don't come to me talking about they are fucking held. They ain't held accountable. They create single mothers. No, they create situations to be held accountable for in their life. They get shitted on day by day. I can't go online and be like, I'm proud of being a deadbeat dad today and get praised and get likes. But guess who can do that? Guess who can literally tell you her decision, her poor decision, and get praised online for it? Guess who? That woman. She can go online and say, my baby daddy ain't shit. That literally tells you that your decision making ain't shit. That tells you that. It literally tells you that. But she will get, oh, girl, yeah, these men ain't shit. Oh, girl, you going through it. Oh, girl, get out of here, man. Don't sit up here and tell me, men who bust in a woman, like a woman is a fucking inanimate object, like they don't fucking have any control of their fucking vital signs and body. That's bullshit. And I will debate you on it any fucking day because it's fact. It's logic and it's common sense and reasoning thinking in the whole process of how a baby is made. Yes, two people make a baby, but only one allows the sex and only one continues the mistake by having the baby. Woo! Pimpstress in the building. Appreciate you coming through again. She was on the show with me last night with my man Revelator, baby. We had a nice discussion. She said single moms too proud to be baby mamas only. Yes, the fuck they are. We're literally seeing the evolution or the origins of this shit. But Roberto, perspective, appreciate your comment. I did. I don't hate you or nothing or mad at you. I'm just trying to school you on something. That mindset right there is disingenuous because, like I said earlier, majority of black men don't father children. So how the hell is we leading in fatherless children?
These women choosing not to marry was not a simple choice, but more so a government tactic forcing them to choose between money and family. Another major change that may or may not have played a role in damaging the black family was the transparency needed from government assistance recipients as time went on. Welfare and other assistance would be given to those that showed need, giving the government access to bank account information and essentially one's entire life to determine eligibility.
Like I told you, you give your life to the government. The government is controlling. I don't want the government controlling my life, man. You know, that's why I'm a conservative. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Republican, people. I'm a conservative. But I don't want government in my life. Less government, man. Less government is the best government, I swear.
For the black family, this would lead to a surge in improper spending and the trading of benefits for another. Selling of one's food stamps became popular in the 1980s.
There you go. What I just said. I think that's the $5 was the purple. I said the $10 was the purple. I think the $1 was the brown. That's the brown. I remember them food stamps, boy. We used to go in the store and we wait to everybody got the food stamps. Everybody mama got them food stamps, but you scared to put the food stamps up on that counter. You like, man, they go. Everybody got the food stamps, but you ain't want nobody to know you had the food stamps. You see, I would wait till everybody fucking leave that store. As soon as that happened, you rush up to that counter, bam, here, nigga. Here, man, hurry up and roll the thing around. And you see somebody coming in, shit. I don't want you to. Who remembers that shit? I do. I know I do.
80s and beyond, whether it be for cash or another benefit. With some families already receiving cash assistance on top of other benefits, the existence of these programs led some to try and find new ways to qualify in order to receive more money. While it is much more difficult today to have one government assistance program provide more money than one can make in a year, it is still very possible to combine programs to be able to provide everything a person would need. Possibly the biggest factor to consider when it
I want to ask just one question. I want to ask this one question. Why would the government say you can't have a man, you can't get this assistance with a husband? Like, why don't they want to help? You would think that this is America, baby. This is the land of the free, right? Land of opportunity. You would think that they would want to help nuclear families. Welfare should be for the welfare of family, but it's not.
comes to government assistance is how it spiked the rate of child support cases in the black family. Once many of these women had gotten the man out of the house to receive their benefits, they realized quickly that this money, depending on how many children are present, would not be enough to sustain a home. Lawyers in the 1990s would even work pro bono on a case dealing with child support, giving these women more confidence in taking the father of their children to court and receiving more money. Courts notoriously gave men payments to make that were outlandish, with penalties that would make it impossible for them to get the money needed.
Shout out to Comedy Hype News, man. I mean, she is, oh my God. These are facts. You can't argue facts. Shorty say when the women put the man out of the house, they didn't realize they ain't getting enough money. Oh my God, I need some more money, so I gotta take child support. Then they created this fucked up ass system of child support. Child support, if you guys seen the video I did a long time ago, it's basically child support was created by FDR in 1947 because a lot of people was coming home from World War II and they, had PTSD. And yeah, get them likes up, baby. Get them likes up. Dennis bag B or Donis Bagby. Appreciate that. Y'all get them likes up if you ain't here. But he created this because a lot of these men had PTSD and they were getting divorced, and the women didn't have jobs because women didn't work like that back in the day. You know what I mean? They stay at home, took care of the kids and everything. And they was like, okay, we need some type of system here where the man have to pay for this child. It went from that, something innocent like that, to, man, you just fuck Pookie at the club and he get you pregnant, he the baby daddy, or whoever signs the birth certificate is gonna pay. Like, wow, they don't even care about who's the baby father anymore. It is not even they don't even care anymore. You're financially responsible for that child if you just sign your name on a piece of paper. They can understand and have complete evidence that that's not your child, but you still have to pay. That's a goddamn shame.
This action, unsurprisingly, would lead to an uptick in crimes committed by many Black men of the time. In a published paper by Harvard alum Fritz Foley, one can see the correlation between crime and welfare payments as the text reads. Analysis of daily reported incidents of major crimes in 12 U.S. cities reveals an increase in crime over the course of monthly welfare payment cycles. The jump reflects increases in crime that are likely to have a direct financial motivation, like burglary, larceny, theft, motor vehicle theft, and robbery. Taking into account the countless issues that come from having a record when it comes to making money, on top of systemic racism, especially in years past, one can see clearly how this assistance ruined the lives of many Black fathers and children at the very least, as their fathers would spend years in jail, and with the overwhelmingness of being a single parent, the children suffer as well in ways unimaginable.
And that's why we're at where we're at today, you guys. Where this single motherhood thing, what she just said, fathers went to prison, right? Fathers went to prison, so these women were stuck with these children to raise. And you guys got to understand that shit is a hard task to do. Raising children on your own is hard. So what happened was this. Being that the government was locking up all the men after putting the men out of the house in the 60s and the 80s, and then the 90s, they're locking up a lot of Black men. They say more Black men is in prison in that prison industrial complex than was in slavery for 400 fucking years. So at the end of the day, you have to understand these women have to make sacrifices for these children. My mother was one, she had my mother had 3 children, 3 boys, 3 different baby daddies. You see what I'm saying? All of my brothers have different fathers, you see? So at the end of the day, these women had to buckle down and be daddy and mommy, right? So that in itself became its own little fucking movie, to where it's like, damn, she's strong for doing that. Wow, man, she's a great single mother. See, and that's where that glorification of single motherhood today came from, because they had to take care of those children. They had to do this shit, you see? And being that they had to do it does not mean that it should be glorified, though. And I think that that's where we get misconstrued at. The thing is, you have people out here that will praise a single mother for having to do that. But no, that's just like if I'm in the woods and my arm get ate off by a fucking bear and I survive and wrap up my shit in leaves and take care of it and wash it in the pond during the days that I'm out in the woods, and then I finally get rescued and they're like, damn bro, like wow, you took care of your arm, like shit, that was survival, that was just survival. But am I gonna praise me doing all? No, I'm just gonna be like, shit, I'm glad that shit is over. You see, I'm glad that is over. I'm not gonna encourage people to go out in the woods and get their arm bitten off by bears to be proud. No, I'm not gonna do that at all. But that's what we do in the Black community now. They survived, period. They were surviving, and women are innately equipped with taking care of people, nurturing, you see, teaching. So why are you glorifying survival? That's all. It's not something that you like consciously wanted to do, but you're glorifying this shit to where today it's, I want to be a single mother. I want kids. I want a kid. I see them women online all the time. Oh, I want a baby. I want a baby. Oh, I want a baby. Why don't you want a husband? That's all I got for tonight, man. It's just, I appreciate you guys coming through. We had some nice discussions tonight. I look at that little girl face on that camera right there. I don't know if she's an actor or whatever, but that face is just, it says it all, man. It's the face of, uncertainty. It's the face of fear. It's the face of a young girl that's probably gonna go through life in poverty and probably get pregnant at 14 years old, have a baby, and continue this cycle. I'm gonna continue this work, period. A lot of people, a lot of women, they maybe, trying to say I bash. Nah. That Dutch the Creator channel, it is formerly known as Dutch Talk TV. I'm going to be doing that channel is just going to be for reaction videos, viral moment videos, certain viral moments that you see online, and you'll be like, wow. I'm going to have that channel known for that because I found a little niche or niche with that. I like responding to or reacting to videos, that shows my range, that shows my knowledge, that shows how I can, conduct business within my, commentary. You know what I mean? Like my commentary, I feel, is passionate, is entertaining, and on top of that, is informative. So at the end of the day, that's what that channel is going to be about. It's going to be just me, reacting to a lot of social issues, viral moments, social issues within those viral moments, and just controversial things that a lot of people just don't like to talk about on the surface. And we're going to do it over at the Dutch the Creator channel. I appreciate you guys coming through to the live tonight. Didn't think I was gonna have that many people in here, but it is what it is. The thing is, y'all make sure y'all stay unplugged from false narratives. And on top of that, if you are here from the Dutch the Creator channel, please go over and subscribe to the Black Non-Democrat channel and vice versa. All right, y'all be safe out there. I will catch you guys on the next one. I appreciate you guys. Y'all stay safe and always, always question everything. I'm out. Peace.